everybody, it is the Lawn Gnome, and welcome to your very first Funko Pop update of 2018. If you are new to my channel, let me first say welcome. It is a pleasure to have you, and for all of you coming back, it is always a pleasure to talk Funko Pops with you. So I'm excited for this brand new update because it definitely is looking, based on all the news that came out around the holidays during my hiatus, this may in fact be the strongest year for the company. I'm not joking. There is everything from amazing lines in every single merchandise that Funko has to offer. Not only is their headquarters such a success, but this company is getting its own documentary film. I'm not joking. I'll even put a link for the trailer in the box below because you gotta see this. Funko has just been wowing me ever since I finally decided that this is going to be something that I want to invest in. And let me tell you, I'm excited to show you guys all this news as well as what is new in my collection. But before we actually get into the Funko Pops, I want to also let you guys know that I gave in to get another Dorbs, and I'll give you the story behind it. I actually found on Funko Shop the George Jetson Dorbs Ride, which is him in his little car. I am a huge Jetsons fan. I absolutely love that show, and I have been begging for Jetsons Pops because the CEO, Brian Mariotti himself, is such a fan of Hanna-Barbera, but there has never been a Jetsons Pop line. But just a little bit of a spoiler, I don't have any glam shots yet, but they did actually announce that there will be Jetsons Pops, but I am not feeling upset about this purchase because it was on sale, it was easy to get my hands on, and it is also my very first Funko anything that is a limited piece. This is a limited 5,000 piece Dorbs, and I've taken it out of the box. It is definitely very cute, and I don't see the Pops actually getting George in his car, so the fact that I actually have one of the legendary Jetsons cars with a Jetsons Dorb in it, it makes me really happy, and I'm very happy to have George Jetson in some shape or form in my collection for the time being. So, before we get into all of the great news, let's take a look at how my collection has been going. So I have to be honest with you guys, even though you know that I love to talk about Pops and disclose a lot of what I have in my collection, sometimes it's hard for me to find the appropriate moment to show you guys certain Pops that I do add. I look for commonalities in regards to certain lines, etc., and the Pops that you're seeing right now are all Pops that I've had in my collection for at least a month. Some of them even longer. I just couldn't find the opportunity. So the commonality that I found today are pairs of Pops. Try and say that 3 times fast. And they, of course, are in regards to various different things. 2 specific movies, as well as sports. So let's go with the sports first, because I have been waiting for an opportunity to feature these 2 Pops. Now, I am a huge sports fan. You know I love to talk about movies and music and television, but sports is also something that I absolutely love. I even used to have a show with my 2 friends where we talked about the season of football. I would even consider posting that in the box below. But anyway, I finally completed my New York sports Pops. It's basically one featured Pop from every Big 4 sports team that I like. That is baseball, hockey, football, and basketball. And it took a while, but I finally got a basketball and football player. And they're definitely very different. The first one that I want to feature is Kristaps Porzingis. Now, I will also say, this is not what Kristaps Porzingis actually looks like in real life. He's actually blonde, so I really don't know where Funko came up with the design for Kristaps Porzingis, but the fact that he is a Pop makes me really happy because I wasn't collecting when the first NBA line came out, and it is very hard to track down Carmelo Anthony, but then again, he's no longer a Knick, and I think that Porzingis is going to be on the team for a while, but I really do love the design, especially when it comes to the jersey. The detail of the New York and the number 6, as well as the NBA logo, and the Knicks logo, and if you turn him around, you've also got his name and his number on the back, and I also love the color scheme, especially with the shoes, the bright orange, and of course he looks like all the other ones where he's just holding a basketball. It's great to finally have a Knick in my collection, but now it took the NFL line so long to finally give us a Jets Pop, and I am so happy to finally have one, and it is part of the retro NFL players collection. Real Hall of Famers, well-known players, and I got the legend that he is in the world of Jets, Joe Namath, Broadway Joe himself. I mean, I would have rather had him with the detachable helmet, but just to have a Jet in my collection is great, and I also love that they got the 1980s, early 1990s Jets logo on the box rather than the one that is currently with the team right now, and that's also the very first one that they had. But I love the details on the jersey, the number 12, the NFL logo on the football, and I also love when you turn them around, you've got the name and the number on the back. And I also love that they really did get his hair right. He had this radical, flowing, long brown hair that really made him a real legend and definitely the new-aged football player of the time in the modern era. So those are two excellent pops, and we're actually not done, because while I do have Mr. Met and Henrik Lundqvist, which are my baseball and hockey team players, it turns out that they're actually going to be making actual baseball players now, which means there is going to be a Met being featured, so I'm hoping to add him to my collection and show him off to you guys. But let's take a look at this group. I did not anticipate these characters to become a pop line, and I love the fact that they are only featured in a double pack. It is Mia and Sebastian from La La Land. It is the La La Land double pack, and I absolutely love it. I mean, would I have gotten this if it wasn't a double pack? Probably not, but the only reason why I got this is because my favorite song in the movie is A Lovely Night, and I love the dance number, and I love the backdrop. As a matter of fact, the backdrop is even in the box. It's very hard to see, but the backdrop for when the song was actually being played and Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone doing the dance was actually there. It's just a great double pack to have, and I love the details. I love the 5 o'clock shadow on Sebastian. I love the tie. I love the fact that he's got a watch on, and I love the style of his shoes, and I also love Mia because they got the dress just absolutely spot on with her shoes and her red hair, and I love the pose that they're both in because it really looks like they're dancing together in sync, and it is definitely a great double pack to have. I wouldn't have had any La La Land pops if it wasn't specifically for this double pack. But now let's take a look at a real cult favorite. I have plenty of cult favorites in my collection, but when I found out that they were making a Tron set, I knew I had to get them. And so there's only two. There is Tron, and there is the bad guy, Sark. And the cool thing about this Tron pop set is the fact that the regular ones are actually glow-in-the-dark. I actually do not have many glow-in-the-dark pops, and it only makes sense for the Tron ones to be glow-in-the-dark because they pretty much glow throughout the movie. And of course, you've got the classic Tron logo on the box, not Tron Legacy. Will there be Tron Legacy pops? I don't know. But what we have right now are fantastic. I love that they are in action poses, and I especially love that they got the design perfectly on each of these pops, even on the helmets, and the same can be said about Sark. He's got excellent detail. He's very complex, especially when you turn him around. And I don't know why they made this. Could be an error, but he's holding his disc, so I have no idea why he still has one on the back, because when you turn Tron around, he does not have his because he's holding his. But I don't know. I'll definitely want to get some answers. If you want to leave comments in the box below, let me know if you thought the exact same way. But I feel that the Tron line can definitely be expanded upon because they could do characters from the old 82 film, because they don't have Flynn yet. They can even do characters from Tron Legacy. I would love a pop ride of Flynn on a light cycle. That would be pretty cool. Or even his son Sam on a light cycle from Tron Legacy. That would be really cool. But anyway, those are the pops that I have to feature for you guys today. I'm glad that I have these in my collection, and I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen in terms of Tron and sports and everything else. But in the meantime, let's take a look at all of the news that Funko has to offer this month. So, of course, we've got a lot of catching up to do, so expect a lot of cool things to see today. And we're going to start off, as usual, with the newest announcement for the Funko Specialty Series. Just in case you're unfamiliar, the Specialty Series is a specific pop that comes out each month from Funko, but it can only be found at local comic and hobby shops, and this time around, we've got Hellboy with the crown of fire over his head. The Hellboy pops are definitely making a splash as part of the brand new comic book line in the Funko series, and this one definitely looks like a very interesting one. I love the color scheme, I love the yellow eyes, and of course the effects on the crown of fire in between his horns is definitely something that is very cool, so I'm pretty certain that if people have been collecting the Hellboy Pops, they will want to definitely get their hands on this Specialty Series one. And let's take a look at what is coming out from the Funko Shop. There were also some very interesting surprises. I think the two biggest surprises were the fact that besides the 8-Bit Freddy Funko, if you went to the red carpet, you got yourself an exclusive Director Freddy. And I don't think this one is going to be available in their store. I don't even know anyone who's going to be able to get their hands on this one, because this is going to be the rarest of the rare, but it is very nice to actually see Funko coming so far to actually get a chance to make a pop such as this. And of course, we have the two newest ones in the Zodiac line, which are Capricorn and Aquarius, which means we are getting closer and closer to my wife's birthday month. She is very excited to see what her constellation pop will look like. And they also announced a very special series of pops, which is a 5-piece set of the Fraggles, and they are going to be flocked, and it also is a limited piece, but in this little pack, you get Gobo, Moki, Wembley, Boober, and Red, all flocked, and these are definitely some great things that Funko have to offer this month at the Funko Shop. And here is another super rare one. For Walking Dead fans, there was this exclusive Chris Hardwick from ID10T, and it was from The Talking Dead. I know that this is a reference to The Walking Dead, but I am not a fan, so it's not much that I know about. But if you want to elaborate a little bit more on this Chris Hardwick pop, you are welcome to put your comments in the box below. But this is also one that is really hard to find because it is only a 1,000-piece pop, but I'm sure that people who did get their hands on it are probably so happy that they did. And Target was also doing a really cool thing for the last couple of weeks. They have been offering exclusives to their stores every Friday, and some of the stuff that was announced was a special Stranger Things box, which actually includes one of the 8-bit Stranger Things characters. There also was a special Star Wars box with a glow-in-the-dark holographic Kylo Ren, and there were also some other exclusives, including a Gizmo Duck, which I am so happy that they made. I actually got my hands on this pop, and it is one of the most beautiful pops that I have. I know that I wasn't planning on collecting the DuckTales pop line. I do have the Scrooge jumping out of a pile of money from New York Comic Con, but my favorite character on the show before it went off the air was Gizmo Duck, and now I actually have him in my collection. And of course, for Black Panther fans, we are also going to be getting a comic book version of the Black Panther alongside the movie line, which already was announced, so you can also get this Black Panther pop at Target. BoxLunch is offering a very special pop. We've been seeing a lot of these showing up, like the gold BB-8 and the rose from Beauty and the Beast. Well, now you can get Experiment 626, which is Stitch, of course, in a very interesting pose, and it looks like he's being held up on a base because it looks to me as if he's supposed to be crawling up the dome, which is very, very clever. If you are officially starting to collect Marvel Collector Cores, starting in January, you are going to be able to get a very special pop to the US and Canada only, and it is a Groot holding the awesome Mix Volume 2 cassette tape, which is absolutely adorable. There also was a brand new Smuggler's Bounty box, and it was themed with the Sith, and we got a Funko Pop in the Star Wars line that most of us were so excited to get, and it of course is Count Dooku, played by Christopher Lee, and it is definitely one of the better looking Star Wars pops that I have seen, and I actually didn't get the box, but I did order this pop on eBay because the Empire is sort of taken over my desk at work. I've got a Clone Trooper, a First Order Trooper, I've also got Grand Admiral Thrawn and Grand Moff Tarkin, and I said the one thing that is missing was a Sith Lord, but I didn't know which one to get. I do love Count Dooku, and I'm glad that I'm going to be getting this one to add to my collection, and then my Imperial collection on my desk will officially be complete. And probably one of the most spectacular announcements was from the Disney Treasures box, and it of course was a double pack of Wedding Ariel, and Eric. Apparently, this is the very first time that we have a Disney princess in a wedding gown, and this is also the first time we're getting Prince Eric, and he apparently was a pop that was very much in demand. And to show you how much in demand this was, the minute that Funko announced that these were going to be the pops found within the box sold out about 2 hours later. So no surprise, they were popular, and now everyone who got a Disney Treasures box will be getting this double pack of Ariel and Eric. And DC Legion of Collectors also had a new box, and it was Teen Titans, and a fan favorite was given, and it was Nightwing in the classic 1980s Nightwing uniform. So there are exclusives every which way, in every shape and form, from everywhere that you could possibly find exclusives, from Hot Topic to Walmart, and there are so many different ones in so many different fan bases. We also have the newest Diamond Edition from Hot Topic, which is a glitter Mickey, and some of the ones for me that really stand out is definitely the FYE exclusive of Groot holding an eye, the Hot Topic exclusive of Sora from Kingdom Hearts in his Halloween Town outfit, as well as the Dagobah Yoda Hot Topic exclusive. I believe that this one is a glow-in-the-dark. But one of the things that really stood out for me was the fact that the Charlie Brown from the Great Pumpkin line, which was an exclusive to Walgreens, it's very rare now, but it looks like now FYE is offering Charlie Brown in the Halloween mask, so I'm wondering if that means that all of them will show up at FYE. I guess that time will tell. So we also have a new couple of lines to show you. This is something called Nino Kuni 2. I have no idea what this is, but it is 3 different pops, and each of them have these adorable Pokemon-like companions. If you know what this is, please put your comments in the box below. I would really like to know exactly what this is, but it is part of the games line. And let me just say this, the game line this year, again, is off to a great start. Because if there's anything that screams out fandom, it is the Minecraft line. There are so many different Minecraft line pops that are coming out this year, and it is just not Minecraft without exclusives. Along with the chases, you'll be able to get a exclusive of every which way, whether it's from GameStop or Walmart, Toys R Us, or FYE. There are plenty of Minecraft exclusives to be held, and Minecraft fans, I'm pretty certain, are going to jump on each and every one of these. NFL Classic Series, which featured some well-known greats in the game, including Terry Bradshaw, Joe Namath, Lawrence Taylor, just to name a few. But there were 2 really rare ones that were announced in this line, and I don't really know if anyone's even gotten a hold of these, or if they're even able to be found, and they are the legends that they are Jim Brown from the Cleveland Browns and Joe Montana from the San Francisco 49ers. Just in case you never saw them in stores, this is what they look like, so maybe you'll have a chance of maybe getting your hands on one of these 2 legendary NFL Funko Pops. I sort of called this. A long time ago I was talking about when the Major League Baseball mascots came and went. I said it would be really cool if they made other sports pops, and one of them was soccer, because soccer's very big. Well, welcome to the football line in Funko, and they're starting with the English Premier League. You can get teammates from Manchester, Chelsea, and Liverpool. And I think it's all just a matter of time before this expands into other well-known teams like Real Madrid. I'm sure people would love a Cristiano Ronaldo, as well as maybe Major League Soccer, which you can get your players like Landon Donovan or maybe even David Beckham. I don't know. But the fact they're actually giving us soccer pops is definitely something really cool to see. And of course we have the newest wave from The Walking Dead. Again, not a big fan, so I really don't know much about these characters, but there are going to be more, and there's also going to be an FYE exclusive Daryl Dixon, as well as a Funko Shop exclusive Sasha. And here is something that is very interesting. My wife sort of has an interest in this, but one of her favorite shows is RuPaul's Drag Race. And it looks like this is going to be the start of a brand new line called Drag Queens. And this, of course, includes RuPaul in the famous pose that you see in the logo of the television show RuPaul's Drag Race, along with 2 of the famous ones from the show, Alaska and Trixie Mattel. I'm curious to know exactly where this line will go if it is popular, and how many more of these RuPaul Drag Race drag queens we will see. Rick and Morty, of course, is expanding again. We've got a whole new bunch of awesome-looking pops, including a chase of Morty, as well as a GameStop exclusive of Rick. And we've also got 2 new pop rides from Rick and Morty. One of them is a Hot Topic exclusive of Rick's legendary ship, and there is also Mad Max Rick from the Mad Max spoof episode. Harry Potter is, of course, expanding as well. I mean, if the Harry Potter line doesn't expand when it comes to Funko, there's something truly wrong with the world. I called it. When the minute they announced that there was going to be Ginny in Quidditch gear, I said it is all just a matter of time before we get one of Ron. And not only are we getting one of Ron in his keeper gear, but we are getting Ron on the broomstick, and we're also going to be getting another Ginny of her with the quaffle. Now, I've already gotten the Barnes & Noble exclusive, so I'm not going to be getting my hands on this Ginny, but you better well believe that I am getting my hands on this Ron. And if you have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive of Harry riding his broomstick in his Quidditch gear, then these 2 are going to definitely be good additions to your Harry Potter collection. We've also got some more pop rides, one that I am still waiting for to show up in the mail, and it is the Night King with Icy Viserion, which I cannot wait for, but another one that I was really not surprised about. When they announced the James Bond line, I said it was all just a matter of time before they were going to put James Bond in his Aston Martin, and lo and behold, they did. They gave us Sean Connery of all of the legendary Bonds in his own Aston Martin. The details look fantastic. Part of me kind of wants to get my hands on this, but I'm not exactly sure at the moment. But I know for a solid fact that the Night King looks absolutely beautiful, and he will be added to my collection very soon. And we've got some new Star Wars pops. We've got a triple pack from Walmart of Death Star officers, but the one that definitely stands out is the deluxe figure of Chewbacca in the Chicken Walker. It is absolutely adorable. Part of me sort of wants to get it, but the realist in me does not. But either way, it is definitely cute. Maybe if I see it up close, I will consider. And probably one of the most talked about movies right before the year ended in 2017 was the Netflix movie Bright, starring Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, and these do not look like anything special, but the movie that they're behind just makes it all the more interesting. There's going to be a chase of Will Smith's character, Daryl Ward, as well, and the Target exclusive of Leela, who was the main antagonist of the movie, although I will not deny the fact that the Nick Jacoby looks absolutely awesome, and I'm curious to know if they will actually make more of these. Maybe they'll make a pop ride. I know that there's already a greenlit sequel for Bright, so maybe we'll get another additional line to this, but either way, Bright fans, true Bright fans, will probably want to get their hands on these. And here's a line that I am so shocked by, but then again, not so much. Remember when they did the Rock the Vote line where they made a Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders? Well, now they're giving us the Royals line, which is the royal family. We've got everyone from the Queen with her little corgi to Princess Diana with a red dress chase, as well as the kids and Prince Charles. And I'm pretty certain that these are not going to be the only ones. I know so many people that want to get their hands on these pops, and I'm pretty certain that in time there will be a Meghan Markle after the wedding, most likely, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were little double packs or triple packs of the children. I completely forgot that the London Toy Fair was happening this month, so that means that there is a whole new bunch of announcements as well as leaked stuff, so why don't we just get started on all the new lines? One of the first things that came out was the brand new Gwenum, which is based on the whole Gwenpool / Spider-Gwen mythos. I'm not gonna get this, but the costume and the paint job does look pretty fantastic. And then we've got a line that I think a lot of us knew was on the way, and it is the Jurassic Park line. And this is the 1993 Jurassic Park film, and there's so many fan favorites in here. Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, Dennis Nedry, we've even got dinosaurs. And along with this, we've got a chase of the Dilophosaurus, we've got a shirtless Jeff Goldblum from Target. This one is like making such a stir. People are just so excited for this one for some reason. We've also got an Entertainment Earth double pack. The one thing that people were really upset about was the fact that there was no Ellie Sattler pop, but why not get her in the pop ride, which is the Jurassic Park Jeep? So in the end, justice was done. Go out there and get those Jurassic Park pops, everybody. Okay. Now we gotta dip into my nostalgia factor here. We've got a true classic from the 1980s. The Care Bears are coming. into the Pop universe, and they are based on the classic 1980s Care Bears, which makes me very happy. And we've got a couple of good ones to start with. We've got Tenderheart, Cheer Bear, Grumpy Bear, Love-A-Lot Bear, Bedtime Bear, Funshine Bear, and Good Luck Bear. And there are going to be exclusives, everybody, from glow-in-the-dark chases to sparkly ones to flocked ones, and the Bedtime Bear is actually going to be a Funko store exclusive. It doesn't look like it's limited to a certain amount of pieces, which is good for me, because that's the one my wife really wants. She wants these Care Bear Pops, and I think we're going to be adding Bedtime Bear, Grumpy Bear, and Cheer Bear to our collection, but part of me is thinking maybe go for the original 10 at the end of the day. But if this line is successful, do not be surprised if more of these come out. And now we've got a very interesting thing. It is added to the book line. Apparently there was a Five Nights at Freddy's book called The Twisted Ones. I don't know what it's about. Put your comments in the box below, but we've got a pop line for them. So it's really interesting to actually know that these are going to be part of the books line. We've got a whole bunch of really creepy characters, as well as a Hot Topic and a GameStop exclusive. But along with this, we also have a Walmart exclusive for the Five Nights at Freddy's line, which is the Marionette. And it actually is pretty clever because it is a Jack-in-the-Box. We've got the newest additions to Destiny. There are also going to be a ton of exclusives in here, including from GameStop, Best Buy, and Amazon, as well as Bungie toys. But the details on these look amazing, so I'm pretty certain that people out there are going to want to get their hands on these, especially if they already started collecting the Destiny Pop line. And we're going to be getting an addition to the Halo Pops. Halo was made a long time ago, so the fact that we're actually getting them this late in the game is pretty impressive. And this, of course, is based on Halo 5. There's going to be a GameStop exclusive in this series, as well as a Chase and a Best Buy exclusive. And here's a very interesting line. Put in the box below if you know what Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Noir Cat is all about. I have never heard of this. They do look pretty cute, especially with their companions, but I really want to know exactly what this series is. Is it a comic? Is it a cartoon? Is it a webtoon? Please tell me what these are. If this is in fact a webtoon, I would love to see more webtoon pops, in particular, Foamy the Squirrel and the cast of Ruby. And here's another 80s throwback. We've got the Garbage Pail Kids coming out. I was not a Garbage Pail Kids collector, but I know so many people who were, and there's also going to be a limited glow-in-the-dark chase of the famed Atom Bomb. So, Garbage Pail Kids fans, go out and get these when they're available. And another line that my wife is so excited for is Ouran High School Host Club. This is one of the kookiest animes that I have ever seen, and they're starting to make a pop line out of these. I know people who are very excited for this. My wife is probably not going to get all of these, but she definitely wants to get Haruhi. She wishes that there was a Honey, which there is not, but if these will sell, then there most likely will be more. And I'm just once again so happy to see that Funko is off to an amazing start in 2018, and I think it's only going to get better because there's been a lot of leaked information for Emerald City Comic Con, which will be featured in the next Pop update, but as well as a whole new bunch of additional lines that were leaked through the Funko Pop catalog. You guys have no idea what we are in store for, but I will say it's going to be incredible. So thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I know that it was a long one because there was a lot of catching up to do, so please put your comments in the box below. You know how much I love to talk Funko Pops with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.